I'm Ayla.
Hi, I'm Beth Ann.
And this is Let's Talk BL, a Boys Love podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. It is Sunday, Series Sunday, the day of the week where we talk all about one series and one series only, chock full of spoilers. So, listen to our expert opinion and decide if you want to watch the show. I think you should. It was fun.
Listen, as we've said before, I think you should try out any show that sounds like it might be of interest to you, regardless of what other people think.
Do you have an episode minimum that you will watch before you're like, I can't do this?
Honestly, usually I'm like a one and maybe done kind of girl. Like if I watch the first episode and I'm like, ooh, it's a hard pass for me. Sometimes I will pick things back up. Like, I'll be honest, that happened to me with Naughty Babe. I watched the first episode and I was like, I'm out. Yeah. And then I like picked it back up. The first episode was insane. Like, it got there.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So I will sometimes pick things back up. But if I'm like attempting to watch something live, I'm definitely like, you got to hook me on that first episode. And if the first episode just isn't doing it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I too think I am like a pick back up type of person. Yeah. There's a couple of shows that I've like started multiple times, like to the point where I will have gone so long in between watching the first episode
and to rewatch it.
The first episode, I'm like,
yeah, I will restart things and like I'll pick things back up, things that I said I'm not gonna watch this or whatever, or like things that I just like drop. And like I've definitely done that multiple times and like found shows that I ended up really liking. Yeah. So
yeah, because sometimes shows are different on a rewatch.
Well, and I do find watching something live versus binging something, like that's why I say if it's the first episode and I'm trying to watch it live and it's not doing it for me, I'm not even going to try to like make myself wait for the next episode.
Yeah.
But like when you have the opportunity to kind of like sit there and like binge through 3 straight hours of something, then like, you know.
True.
As an example. So that's why I say you watch whatever sounds like it might be interesting to you, and you might love it regardless of what anybody else thinks.
It's true.
If you believe you're an artist, as my friend Dom says.
It's true. Go watch our Dom interview. He's so cute and he's so talented. Okay, we're talking Venus in the Sky.
We are. Check in Todd. We're the cutest little beans.
I will say, Kauna has really leveled up from Checkout. Checkout was rough.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not watch Checkout.
I think I watched half of it. I don't remember. F-Zero was so good, and I had such high hopes, and then it did not.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it, so I am of no help. But I did watch Venus in the Sky.
Yes. There's so much to talk about here. Okay, so it was done by Kauna. So if you... we've talked about this in a previous episode. We also had no clue how to pronounce this production company's name because it's styled the number 9 in AA.
But in Thai, 9 is cow, and Kauna means to move forward.
Yes.
So it's like a play, as the Thai love their wordplay so much.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's on iQIYI. It's only 10 episodes, which is always a little bit nice when there's like shorter episodes sometimes, because then the pacing gets a little more picked up and
a little quicker. Yeah,
there's not that 11th episode curse. It's nice. This was directed by a girl named Kate. This was her first thing, and
this was her first project as a director.
There are very few female directors,
and Kate is awesome.
She's
and
really
I feel
cool.
like she did a good job with the show.
She did do a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Sky, played by good old Tongue Todd. I'm gonna call him Tongue Todd forever. And then
Todd with the tongue, like Becky with the hair.
Yeah. Venus, played by truly a gem of a human.
I mean,
the sassiest
meme of all memes.
The sassiest of boys. Sweet Check. We got to meet Check in Thailand, and when I tell you this boy is exactly who you think he is, he's so funny and sassy, but very nice and sweet.
He's a very nice boy. Yeah, we did have the absolute pleasure of meeting him in real life before this show came out. And he's a very, very nice boy, and he's a good actor.
He really is.
Yeah, and he is. If you watched our Check and Todd interview, he is that person you saw.
And you know what's funny? Because yes, go watch our interview because it's truly. I love literally all the comments on that interview are about how sassy Check is.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that Venus is a little bit sassy. He has his moments. I guess he's more grumpy than sassy, but Venus and Check are two very different people.
Oh yeah,
pretty
this is
amazing.
Not a situation of like I see
Check
in Venus.
I don't either.
I do see Check in Venus, but like
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, just like I saw Sky in Venus.
So many times.
Thank you.
I mean, we can't talk Venus in the Sky without talking Venus. Sky in the Venus? I'm sure Venus got in the sky too.
I mean, in some ways, in some cultures. Okay, synopsis time. And Lord have mercy. Buckle in, because this is going to take a minute. Over the past 3 years, both of them had grown apart. Venus decided to quit his job. He planned to return to his hometown to take a career break until his passion for work was reignited. In the meantime, he killed boredom by helping his older brother Janice, who had just opened a 24-hour convenience store in a suburb. In the evenings, he would be responsible for small tasks, such as delivering items to regular customers whose residences were located on his way home.
It's important.
One day, Venus met a new customer, Sky. Sky, an incessantly good-humored, highly energetic young doctor, despite mountains of work at the hospital, is happy to see Venus after so many years and wants to rekindle their friendship. Venus, having been rejected after confessing to Sky 3 years ago, wants nothing to do with him and does his best to avoid Sky as much as possible. Can Sky rekindle Venus's love for him? Can Venus forgive Sky? Time will tell.
That's fantastic. That is a thorough synopsis.
Long. My beef with this is beef? I do have beef with the synopsis.
Okay.
I have intense beef with the synopsis.
Okay.
There's no mention of Baitong and Tonkla, aka Max and Boss.
It's true.
AKA two people that I love so dearly. And so I have beef about that. Also, because in my humble opinion, best relationship in this show?
It is true.
Most well-developed. Best communication. They had like the perfect like BL trope of like, you just need to talk to the boy. And then when he did talk to the boy, everything got better.
He banged him.
He made him porridge in the microwave. It was really cute.
With 10 eggs.
Yeah. It was really cute. I like them so much.
I also really like Venus and Baitong's bestie friendship. Yeah. They're very sweet.
Yeah, Venus and Baitong are really cute little interior decorator buddies. Oh my god, it's so cute.
It is very cute. Oh my gosh, where do we even begin?
Where to start? Why don't we start with Janice, actually?
Okay. That's
the show kind of starts with Janice. So it does. We should start with Janice.
I mean, this 7-Eleven situation was fantastic.
I know. My only regret is not being in Thailand while this show is airing, so that I could see the little ads for this show, because the ads for this show ran on the like screens in 7-Eleven. Yeah. So in Thailand, when you like check out, it's kind of like when you do self-checkout at Target or whatever. There's like a big screen that like shows you each of the things that they ring up for you. And apparently on those screens, ads for Venus in the Sky.
Oh, it would have been so good.
I know.
It would have been so cute if we could have interviewed the cast
like in 7-Eleven.
Missed opportunity. So Janice is funny because he runs this little cafe in the 7-Eleven, and he like secretly is trying to hook up Venus and Sky. Like he is Team Sky. Yeah.
He is Team Sky all the way. He basically is like, Venus, you're an idiot.
He's a fancy doctor.
Right.
Because we've come to find out that Bomb is wealthy. and that he's getting money from Bomb. Not in a bad way, but like
no, like in a you support. And
he
so
wants
that's
to get
another
that bag.
that's another funny thing about Janice is like we literally meet him
doggy style.
Yeah, literally. And like it turns out that it's Venus's childhood friend.
Yeah, I think it's
childhood best friend.
Yeah.
And Venus is like annoyed about it.
And it's very funny because Bomb is like so distraught at the fact that Venus could possibly be so upset that he's banging his brother. But Venus is like literally couldn't care less.
Like he cares. He's more so annoyed that like he has to work at the store while Janice is getting it in.
Right,
basically.
right.
Basically, like he's more annoyed about that than anything else. And then they like. They're a very cute little couple. Like, they're very funny and cute. But what I particularly appreciate about Janice is that he is Team Sky all the way.
Yeah.
He's all about it.
I know. And Janice is, I love a good brother relationship. And Janice is very sweet because, like, he has his own little relationship flaws. And they're working through this, like, truly grown-up life, issue where he's like trying to make ends meet and trying to do the thing and try to be a supportive brother and help his brother with things, but like he has his own life issues that he's trying to work out. But it is very sweet because they definitely all need to work on their communication, but they have a great relationship where he's like, bro, you love Sky, you do, just give in to him. But he does it in a very sweet and endearing way.
Yeah, I like him. 10 out of 10 on Janice.
I know. I did love Janice and Bomb as the little side couple.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we go to Bai Tong and Tongla?
Okay.
So we see Venus and Bai Tong at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, when it's like, Venus's last day.
Yes, sweet little besties. And I was quite concerned because I was like, oh no, he's moving to his hometown.
Are we not going to see Bai Tong again? I would have been distraught because another person that we had the absolute pleasure of meeting when we were in Thailand was Boss, the boy that plays Bai Tong.
Who is a real pharmacist, by the way.
He is a pharmacist in real life. And he is the nicest boy, and he taught me so many Thai things. And he's just like really just endearingly nice. Yeah. And so yes, in the first episode I thought we weren't going to see very much of him, and I was like a little upset. Not to worry. He's in the whole show.
No, because conveniently his boyfriend Tongla is Sky's coworker.
Sky's like work wife, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, like they're in a work throuple,
right?
Because he has a day,
right?
Which is very cute. But Tongla is who Sky goes to for wisdom, obviously, because he's been in a long-term relationship.
Because they all met in college.
Right.
And they don't do a good job of really showing this. You had to have watched the like full-length pilot to know that like the four of them were all friends in college. And that's actually how Sky and Venus met, is that Tongla and Bai Tong wanted to sit together. It was like because they were dating, and so the other two
they
who
didn't
were
show that in
with
the show.
Each other had to go, or who were friends with the two boys that like thought each other were cute, had to go sit. Anyways, and so like you had to have watched like the full length like teaser, like
pilot,
F-Zero, basically. It was
pilot trailer
F-Zero to know that like
right.
And they allude to it. They talk about how Tongla and Bai Tong have been dating since college, and things have changed since they graduated, and he's a doctor now, and all this stuff.
It's really hard. They have to manage their time.
Yeah, it's really difficult, all this stuff. And so I think that's the other reason that Sky goes to Tongla so much is because like they've known each other forever. Yeah, they're a part of this like college group of friends.
I love how this series has 3 pretty solid couples, and they all have different issues. Like you're getting 3 very thorough storylines all in one show. So like, and I feel like they balance it pretty well. So like whatever storyline you're into.
My favorite storyline was Tongla and Bai Tong.
They were very cute.
Because I just thought like I really like an established couple. Like, I
That
really
is
liked
nice.
that they were, like, established. And so the conflict that they're watching is essentially them being grown-ups, right? Like, they
Right.
started dating in college when they were, like, kids. And now they have to be grown-ups and be dating. And they don't, like, they live far away from each other. They don't live together.
Right.
And they have to, like, and one of them has a very intense career.
Yeah.
And so, like, that is the conflict. And I really thought that these two, Max and Boss are the actors, did a really good job with the scene where Baitong is like, you're not into me anymore. Like, I don't think you think I'm attractive anymore. And that's a very real thing for people that have been in a relationship for that long. And it's just like a very, like, real, true to life conflict in this show that's kind of like slapsticky at times. And so it was like a really interesting, but it didn't get too heavy and the tone shift wasn't too intense.
I know it was cute because it was like Baitong is drunk during it and he's just like, him and Venus have been like going through it for very, very different reasons, but they're both like, my love life is hard right now. And then, you know, they have their prospective boys come and save them. And so, yeah, it's a very cute moment where Baitong and Tongla are like, no, we really do love each other.
Yeah, so Baitong is like, I'm just really afraid that, like, you don't think I'm attractive anymore. Like, so, like, really the root of their problem is, like, communication more than anything else and, like, making time for each other. But, like, what that has translated to is he's like, oh, he's not attracted to me anymore. And that's, like, a big, scary thing. And, like, and then it's, like, a very, very cute moment. He's like, no, like, that's not it. And then, like, they go to, in classic Venus in the Sky fashion, they go to bang one out. But then they don't, because at first I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like this. But, like, they don't really, because he, like, goes to, like, it's fine. And then we get, like, a full-on, you do get a full-on love scene.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, it's, and then after that, you see Tongla, like, realize, like, okay, like, this is what's really happening here, and I need to be better about, like, making time for him.
But then, at the end, Baitong gets his offer to study abroad, or a job abroad.
Yeah, a job abroad.
And Tongla has seen the email, because he's still logged in on his computer, and he's like, oh, no.
He's going to leave me?
Oh, no. And so the conversation that they have at the little cafe is very cute because he's like, are you going to break up with me? And he's like, no.
He's like, I would never. I love you.
Pursue your dreams.
Yeah.
They were very, very cute and sweet.
They were just so well developed and like they're really cute together.
Tongla and Sky have a really fun friendship.
Yeah.
I do like their friendship. Whereas like Baitong and Venus are just like chill besties.
Yeah.
But getting Tongla and Sky together is chaos at times.
Tongla and Sky are funny because there are so many times where Tongla will give Sky advice and then Sky just like takes it to like Tongla will be like, okay, you need to, okay, I think this is an example. He's like, buy him something, or like buy him like a little present, like get him like a little gift. Like I think this is in like Ep 5 maybe. He's like, you need to get him a little gift. And so my guy shows up with like a full on like gift basket situation. Like he's literally like, he's like, okay, you need to like level out at a 5. And Sky every time goes to like 12.
No, yeah.
Like it's so funny. And then he'll come back and he'll tell Tonka like, well, that didn't work and this and that and the other. And Tonka's like, I literally didn't tell you to do that. Like, you psycho. It's really funny.
It's fantastic. Okay, then now let's move on to Venus and Sky.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. That whole scene where Baitong and Tongla are having their moment, Sky and Venus are having their moment. And it's very, very funny because Sky is taking care of Venus. He takes him home. And truly in one of the best comedic moments, Venus is writhing on the bed shirtless, as one does when they're drunk, and Sky is going through it, and it is so freaking funny.
Oh yeah, I do love that scene. It's so funny
because he like excuses himself to the bathroom multiple times, and he's like, "No, you can't do this. You can't do anything to this boy. Like he's clearly not of his right mind." And it's very tastefully done because in that moment you could be like, oh, this is really tacky, but I thought that scene was so well acted, and it's like it's wholesome, right? Like this boy that he's clearly in love with, and he made a mistake in college saying no to this boy, and now he's like fully invested and wants to date this boy, and this boy is like playing hard to get.
It's honestly so funny, and it's also like relatable, right? Like imagine you're in a room with somebody that you just think is so hot, right? You're like, this boy is so hot, like you're so into this boy, and like there they are on the bed, like looking like a snack, right? Like no shirt on, whatever. And like like you would in that moment, if you're a good person, like you don't do anything, like you do the right thing, but you do for sure relatable to be like, oh my God, like is this real? Like for sure you have that moment of like, is this real right now? Like am I seeing this right now? Like is this happening to me right now? Fantastic. And so it's just like really like funnily relatable.
Yeah. So we meet, like Sky and Venus meet at the beginning, and it's so funny because Venus has clearly, like when he was rejected back in college, he clearly was like so mad and so upset, and he was like, this is it, because they were like besties, and he was like,
it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Like that's embarrassing to
yeah
pluck up the courage to tell your best friend that you love them or that you're like into them, whatever, and then they're like,
no thanks.
It's a no for, and
after,
not just that, after they make out with you so passionately,
and you're cutting each other's toenails.
That's gross and weird.
I would literally never.
I would literally never.
My dad has to go to a nail salon to get his nails cut because my mom won't even do it for him.
No,
like,
I would never.
No.
I would never. I genuinely don't even like seeing men wearing sandals. Like it gives me the ick. It truly like gives me the ick. So like no, it's a hard no for me. But yeah, so not only have you cut this man's toenails, but also he's just made out with you passionately, and you're like,
no,
I think I'm really into you, and he's like, it's a no from me, dog.
So yeah, I completely understand the whiplash that Venus is feeling when he runs into Sky again now that he's come home, and this boy is like, I wanna do the thing, and he's like, what?
Okay, this has nothing to do with this show, but I literally just remembered that I have Mama Ramen in the kitchen. And earlier I like wanted food, but I was like, I don't have any real food in the house. And I was like, he was delivering him food from 7-Eleven. Yeah. That's what made me think. I'm really excited now. Love that for me.
Oh my God, I love that. But
so that's how they meet. Is he's delivering from the synopsis, where the synopsis is like he delivers orders on his way home. Yeah. That's what's happened. Where like he's going to deliver this order, and it turns out it's Sky's house, and he doesn't know it's Sky's house until he goes in, and like on the laundry rack, a shirt has fallen off. Yeah. And he goes to pick it up, and he reads it, and he's like, surely it's not Sky, like the Sky I knew. And then Sky comes out, and he's like, oh my God. And in this moment, it's so funny because Venus is so mad. Yeah. He's basically like, how dare you live here? It's so funny.
And then we come to find out that Sky literally bought the house for like to
be close to Venus.
Yeah, because Venus. Yeah. Which is so fun. Okay, I wrote this down because this scene truly so good. In episode 3, when Sky is like fully trying to win Venus over, and Venus has hurt himself, and so we're getting some ointment or some like doctoring situation. You have a whole doctor taking care of you. This is like literally the most legitimate like taking care of scene in all of BL, because he's a real doctor taking care of you. Sky is like, no, I really do like you. I do want to be with you. And V is like, no. And Sky starts to cry, and Venus is like, go take a shower. He's like, get away from me with that crying. And so then we get a full gratuitous Todd in the shower scene, which of course, obviously.
Of course.
It's just like a slow motion. I want to know how this works in the writer's room when they're all sitting around, because this happened in Be Mine Superstar, where it was just like a random, we needed to see this boy showering.
Yeah.
For
John
zero
in the shower
reason.
in Be Mine Superstar was really funny.
Zero reason.
I still don't understand why they included that in that show, because like he fully bangs in an onsen later. Like you get gratuitous from Joss. Like I don't understand. Listen,
there was another shower
really
scene.
Cute and funny because he's like singing in the shower. It wasn't like, but anyways.
There's another show with a shower scene, and it's like a dark shower scene where it's just a man showering in a black room.
Just a man showering in the dark.
Do you know? Oh my God.
Is it Thai?
I think so. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy.
It's not Korean.
I don't think so.
Because one of Jin Young's first dramas, like, literally opens with
I
a
know.
shower scene, which I think is real. I always thought was really funny.
And they showed the behind the scenes.
And that one's pretty dark.
No, it's in a BL. It's in a Thai one. I don't think it's Big Dragon.
A man in a dark room. No, Big Dragon.
He doesn't shower.
Bathtub.
Yeah. But it's a solo shower scene. He's by himself. Anyways. And then he cries in the shower while like rubbing suds all over his very ripped body. And it's a very, very
fascinating,
crazy and funny. I will say Todd and Check did really good in this series because the like roller coaster of emotions that both of them kind of had to play throughout the entire series. One of my favorite scenes as well is the part where Sky has seen Venus talking to his best friend who he thinks is like a boy that he could potentially be interested in. He's like
his childhood best friend.
Yeah,
the one
he's
that's
like
now dating the brother.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not the only boy in his life. So he starts to ghost Venus, and he's so upset because he's like tried really hard for the longest time, and Venus has like given him nothing. He's given him no hint of anything, and so he's just like, okay, I'm gonna like take a step back because I mean, true classic BL fashion. You pursue a boy hard, he's not gonna give in, and then you're like, I'm going to take a step back because I'm hurting.
Right.
I want this boy. And then, of course, the boy is like, oh, no, where has this annoying creature gone? I must be with him.
Yeah.
So he goes to the hospital. Venus goes to the hospital to find Sky. He's like, you've gone quiet. What's going on? And Todd delivers this speech so well. It's very cute because he's like, I just want to hug you and I want to kiss your cheeks and I want to hold your hand and I want to be your boyfriend. And then I think in the best way possible, Venus just kisses Sky because all up until that point, Sky has just fantasized kisses. So that's how we got in the spice at the beginning because they weren't together yet.
But there never was, like, I will say, like, between these two characters, this show kind of became known for the spice. And obviously, like, the trailer literally had to get, like, edited and taken down. And, like, before this show even came out, it was known for the spice. And, of course, coming out of Kauna, like, you know. But these characters were really very, very wholesome for a very long time.
Yeah.
Until we got to the nipples and the tongues
and the licking and the hand in the pants.
Yeah.
I will say I didn't feel like any of the sex scenes were out of place and unnecessary.
No, it wasn't gratuitous. It wasn't sense. Like sex for sex. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I think it added to the story because like both, however many sex scenes we got, each sex scene came out of like a progression of their relationship.
Right. Like weirdly, I think this spice was done really well.
I know.
Which, like, if you just watch an edit of this show on Instagram or something, you're gonna be like, "What the hell, Ayla?" But like, trust me, watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it for the plot, y'all.
Yeah, overall, I was like really impressed with this series.
I really was like and it's like funny and a little slapsticky.
Yeah,
but you don't get tone whiplash at all.
No, and everybody has good chemistry. There's some fun characters. There's Day, who is also Sky's friend, doctor friend at the hospital.
Yeah.
His like other work husband.
I will say, like, it's clear that this cast really do all get along with each other. And, like, I really liked the locations. Like, all of the homes were beautiful.
Yeah, it was very well done. The production was very, very well done.
Yeah, like, you guys, this is a good show.
I really enjoyed it.
It really is.
It is fun to watch. This is definitely one of those shows that you can put on just in the background of something and enjoy, like, this it every once in a while. Like, watch it all the way through, but then as a rewatch, you can just, like, pick an episode because each episode kind of has like a full story to it, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay, so this brings us to our finale question. As always, would you rewatch it?
100%.
I would totally rewatch this. The follow-up question to that is, would you recommend it for a newcomer? I'm gonna say no.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. This definitely
should be lower on the list.
Level.
Yeah.
This is advanced level BLing.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the greatest part is that we're getting Check and Todd in like 10 more shows.
Also, Boss by Tong is in the new Rebound, the new Mean and Ping basketball show. directed by Golf, who did The Eclipse.
I know. I'm so excited about that.
So cool.
Also, you can see Max in Work from Heart.
You can. And this is where I first discovered Max.
I was going to say.
I was like obsessed with him from the minute I saw him in that show.
Ayla had a big old crush on this boy.
Crush on this boy immediately. And then, listen, I'll tell this story. I don't even care. I don't even care. So then we find ourselves at a table with him. And but he's not talking to us. We're like,
he's far away. He's far away.
He's at, like,
not
the
that
other
he's
end
not
of the
talking
table.
to us.
No, it's because he's at the other end of the table.
He's a distance
and
away.
Also, we were sitting there because we were with somebody that we legitimately knew, that we were like friends with.
This was at the Y Moment lineup that we were at for Kauna and Cantana and Flo.
And so we were like talking to somebody that we like actually like knew previously, we're already friends with. And so and then like Max was at the other end of the table, and I'm like tweaking a little bit, like kind of like pretty immediately. I'm like, okay, this boy that I've like been like a little obsessed with since Work from Heart. And I'm like, no, this is like be cool, Ayla. Like you're working. Like this is like be professional.
I, however,
Beth
am not cool.
And I was like, Beth Ann's like, I'm gonna get him over. I'm gonna get him over. And I was like, don't do it. I was like, don't do it. And I start like being like, and I'm like, don't do it. And I'm like, I'm not joking. Please. Don't
and our friend
and
that we're talking to, he's like, what is happening?
No, he caught on immediately and thought it was hilarious. He was not confused. It was not a what is happening situation.
Well, no, he was like, he thought it was funny because he was like, oh my gosh, but he was like, why?
Because I don't think this friend we were with, I don't think he's ever seen me have like a moment.
No,
like,
no.
I've always been very like buttoned, like like you know, we're
professional,
doing the thing, professional.
Yes.
And so that's like in that moment I was like, don't do it, you better not do it. And she like made him come over, and he like kind of stood there for his like he was very
sweet. He came over and he immediately squatted down and was like, yes, and we were like,
he speaks
hello.
fluent English. He's half English. He's very, very nice boy. At one point, he became my translator for the evening.
He was so nice.
Very, very nice boy. You can see him Work from Heart. This is where I first discovered Max, and this is where I first decided that I liked Max.
Yes.
Yes.
Go follow Max Dieter.
Yes.
He's adorable.
He's adorable, and so is Boss. And watch Boss in the new Mean and Ping rebound.
I know. I can't wait to see more. Tonti, I loved him in this.
Tonti was great. Tonti played Janice.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of these all of these actors, I hope to see more from.
Yeah.
They were all so fun and fresh.
They were all so good. Honestly, this was a good show.
And we got a very small appearance from my new favorite twins, Pan and Pla, because they were Sky's cousins, which was very funny.
You can see them in
Lovely Addict.
Yes, Lovely Addict.
They just dropped the pilot trailer for that.
They're also in 7 Moment, the boy band out of Kauna. Check is also, and Todd. Check and Todd are also in 7 Moment, the boy band.
And Joe and Tonti.
Yes.
Is that it? Are there 7 of them?
I would think so. I would hope so.
Todd, Check, Joe, Pon and Pla, Tonti. Who am I missing?
You said Todd, Check, Joe. Hold on, we're gonna find this out.
I know.
I thought I could do them all off the top of my head, but it turns out I can't.
Is it B-Boy or Ika Pop?
Oh, I think it's Eek Pop.
I don't know what is his like actual. Sometimes we call people by their IG names.
By their IG handles accidentally.
7 Moment, I really like their debut song. I don't remember the name of it, but it's really good. 7 Moment, go look.
7 Moment, look them up. Okay.
It's very fun.
I just made that up.
Is it B-Boy?
Oh my gosh. Ekapop. It is Ekapop.
Ekapop. What is his
name? And that is his name.
Ekapop.
Shout out to this boy for making his IG handle his actual name. But he's also in Lovely Addict.
Yes, he plays like one of the main characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch this show.
It's a good show.
I enjoyed it.
Truly.
This has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL.